Hi guys, welcome to today's episode on overcoming my nervousness. On this series, I'm talking about what social anxiety is, symptoms, myths, everything as it comes to me regarding social anxiety, and how we also relating it to how it affects me pertaining to myself. So in today's episode, I'll be talking about misconception about social anxiety. Basically, I'll be mentioning some myths that people have generally tends to as formed myths that people have formed regarding social anxiety. My first misconception for today is social anxiety is just shyness. No, social anxiety is not just shyness. Social anxiety have some similar symptoms with being shy. There are some similar characteristics with being shy, but social anxiety is more intense fear of social situation. Being shy is I don't even know how to describe it. Like I'm blushing. Oh, so if somebody's talking to me and I'm shy, I'm blushing, I'm slow. Social anxiety is not shyness. They may have the similar symptoms of being reluctant, kind of uncomfortable in situation. But social anxiety is more than shyness. It is an intense fear of being in social situation, and this can significantly impact people's life, especially people that have the more intense social anxiety. Number two misconception is social anxiety is just a phase that people will outgrow. No, 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 no. Social anxiety is not just a phase that people will outgrow. For me, I would even say social anxiety becomes worse as you grow up. And why will I say that? Because I believe as you grow up, you tend to get more responsibility. And this responsibility tends to put you in different social situations, which means you are even more prone to those situations you usually want to avoid. So if care is not taken, if steps are not taken to try and overcome and try and treat this social anxiety, it gets worse, not something you outgrow. And because of this, I think several children who tend to have social anxiety, most parents, neighbors just say, oh, it's just shy, we'll grow it up. It's just nervous, we'll outgrow it. It's not. We need to take conscious effort and time to try and treat and overcome and truly deal with it. Social anxiety is a mental health condition that you cannot outgrow. You have to treat it consciously or make special efforts to treat it. Understand me? The third misconception about social anxiety is people with social anxiety are just being dramatic and seeking attention. Nope, nope, nope. People with social anxiety are not being dramatic. The fact that someone that has social anxiety, let me see. Okay, let me give a scenario of there's a lady, I know lady comes to my head easily. That we know maybe is your friend, she is your friend, and she has, let's say, a presentation, or she has to do something, and you know she can do it, and you know she can do it. But when it's time for her to do that, maybe make a presentation and everything, she is visibly shaking. She is more like, I can't do this, something is wrong with me. You understand? Like a physical like evidence that this person is going through something. But you have the friend, you've tried talking to the person, and you're like, why are you doing like this? You're just being over dramatic. Nobody's going to eat you. It's very wrong. People with social anxiety are not being over dramatic. People are different. The amount of intensity of the fear they feel and how they deal with it is different from everybody else. So they are not being over dramatic. Be compassionate to help them to overcome that situation. And the fourth myth I have here is avoiding social situation is the best way to manage social anxiety. No, no, no. That's the thing. You cannot run away from social situation for the rest of your life. So if you know you have social anxiety, or you know someone that has social anxiety, try not to put yourself in that situation where you'll be anxious. Is not the way to go about it. Don't be like me. Don't have change. Okay, an example is I don't like asking questions or answering questions in class or in any situation. Not like there is a presentation and you are really, really curious about something, but because you are socially anxious, just to raise your hand and ask the question is what? I usually just ask the person beside me, ask the question, tell the person, ask. Or if it's a question that I know the answer, I'll tell the person beside me to answer. That's not the way to solve it. You have to make conscious effort. To me, I would believe, let's say, practice is perfect. Kind of like making conscious effort, deliberate effort, gradually, not intense, like you just throw yourself into the situation. No, taking deliberate action steps to getting more confident, to getting more comfortable with those environments is actually the way to go. Shying away from it, running away from the situation will never help you. It gets worse because when you eventually meet it one day, you see that you've not made any progress at all. Next on my list is social anxiety is rare. Social anxiety is not rare at all. A lot of people do have social anxiety. The difference where I will call it is the way people feel social anxiety is different. Like the intensity of the fear is different. The way the symptoms of this fear in people is different. So some people can show it actually, while some is all internal, that when you're seeing them, you don't know anything is wrong with them. So it is not rare. So because of a lot of we don't know this person, I don't know. You think it is rare. It is not. It is pretty common. It has happened to a lot. It is present in a lot of significant people, like significant number of people actually. The next misconception is, or myth as I call it, is social anxiety is just nervousness and everyone experiences it. Social anxiety is not just nervousness. If I'm nervous about something, or I'm nervous to go by 1 or 2 times, the social anxiety is like internal. It is consistent fear. It's like if care is not taken, the person can, how do I say, like if you are afraid of something, and the thing is what you're even afraid of is something. Social anxiety is not just nervousness. It is really, really, it's a mental health condition that affects people, that can prevent them from actually doing what they need to do. It's like there's one English here. It's a disproportionate fear, intense fear, like something. Not just I'm afraid of this ant and I run away and cry and shout. The fear is intense. It's like as if it wants to overtake the person's life at that moment. Another myth is people with social anxiety are always visibly anxious. Visibly anxious means they show their symptoms and people around them can see it. No. Social anxiety can manifest internally, and individuals that have this may not always display visible signs of distress. It can be a hidden struggle. Not everybody with social anxiety will shake in front of you. Not every everybody with social anxiety will do like this. Mm-mm. Not everybody with social anxiety will be sweating. Everybody say, why are you sweating? No, it is different for everybody. People with social anxiety have different way of showing it. Someone that is going through social anxiety here may just hold their clothes like this, and they've mentally directed all those fear into their hands that is holding their clothes. And you beside them, you just think they are holding their clothes. But that holding of clothes, if you try and touch that hand, you will know that something is going on. Some people physically, they are not, like, you can't see anything wrong with them. Immediately they leave that situation. If you see them, oh Lord. For me, now, one thing that at least I've happened, I've noticed it. In situations where I really am anxious, I tend to talk to myself and I'm calming down, I'm down. But most times when I leave that situation, or when I'm done with that thing I'm doing, oh Lord, my hand will start shaking. And most of the time when I leave that environment and I just go to the restroom or I just move, then I physically start shaking, but nobody's there to see. But when I'm with people, I have this facade, I have this strong willpower not to show anything. But once I'm by myself, oh Lord, it's like my whole body is releasing all the stress and tension I've gone through at that moment, and I have physical pain. So it's different for different people. So not everybody with social anxiety will show a visible reaction or symptoms in front of you. And not last but not the least is medication is the only way to treat social anxiety. Medication is not the only way to treat social anxiety. There are several ways. There are several therapy. Something called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Yeah, therapy that is going to psychiatric. And another step, I think, if yours is not on the extreme intense way, conscious effort, gradual conscious effort, which is usually through therapy, can also help people with social anxiety, not just treatment. Something just came to mind. I was like, people with social anxiety are not crazy, though it is called mental illness. They are not crazy. You understand? They are not being dramatic. It is not just being shy. It is not just being nervous. It is not something where it happens to a lot of people. Just the intensity on how it affects people, that is different. That is what makes it a little bit different. And the way people exhibit their symptoms is different. So that is why. So be nice today. Your friend that is socially anxious, your sister, your brother, your parents, child that is socially anxious, help them today. Be nice to them. Help them to consciously and gradually treat this. Don't what's the English word? Push away their fears. Help them to walk through it. Thank you for listening for today. My name is Adeshewa. See you guys later. Bye.